Here's every conspiracy theory that I've seen about the White Lotus Season 3, and tell me why I think some of them might actually be true. The first one that I actually thought of is that I don't think Rick's dad was actually unalived, but instead he abandoned Rick and fled to Thailand where he married Sritala. And I think the reason Rick keeps giving these mean and evil looks to Sritala is because Rick's dad took him out of the will, and the fortune of the White Lotus and whatever else will be left to Sritala and not Rick. Hence why he wants to go to Bangkok to find Sritala's husband, also his dad, so he can confront him. The next one, which I believe for 100% sure, is that Mook and Valentine are actually the villains of this season, orchestrating the store robbery together. Most people caught this, but just before the robbery, Valentine was talking to Gaytok with the gate open and basically distracted him as the robber's vehicle went through. Mook then went and comforted Gaytok after he got hurt because she probably felt bad that she's the reason it happened. And I think we'll see Mook wearing that cobra necklace or bracelet, whatever it is, when she's performing on stage at the White Lotus later this season. Another theory is that Chloe and Greg are also in on the robbery shenanigans because Chloe didn't think to look at what the commotion was, even though there was only a curtain separating her and the robbery. And I don't know if anybody else caught this, but she wasn't being that compassionate to Chelsea, Amy Lou Wood's character, when she said she almost died. She was like, no, you didn't. Probably because Chloe knew that no one was gonna get hurt. Max and the White Lotus are really emphasizing the point of you never forget a face at the White Lotus regarding Belinda and Greg. So I think later in the season, Belinda is going to have to practice on a client at the hotel, and that client will be Greg, and he'll recognize her and we'll have this high tension showdown between them. I even think we'll see Belinda try that neck crack move that we saw Porn Chai use on her because they really emphasize that, and I think Greg will get nervous. Like everybody else in the world, I am not comfortable with the Saxon, Lachlan, and Piper storyline, but I saw someone say that they think Lachlan will initiate whatever with Saxon and he'll just go along with it because he's constantly getting rejected by women, including the masseuse. A lot of people still think that the monkeys are going to be the ones using the pew pew in a later episode, and I thought this at first, but it's only episode 2 and they've shown way too much of the monkeys that I think this is just a red herring, but I do think they'll cause some commotion later in the season, doing God knows what. I saw someone say that they think Jack from season 2, the guy who basically kidnapped Portia, is actually Michelle Monaghan's character Jacqueline's new boyfriend and will show up to surprise her, but is actually targeting her the same way they were targeting Tanya in season 2. And lastly, as for who dies and how, everybody thinks Lachlan is gonna die by way of eating the poisonous seeds, and I do think the cause of death is right, but I don't think it's Lachlan. Based on the last 2 seasons, the person who dies is usually minding their own business and just trying to get through every day like Armand and Tanya, so this leads me to believe that Victoria Ratliff will accidentally eat one of the seeds after taking too much of her lorazepam after discovering her husband's situation, and she'll die in the water. Truly, I have no idea what's gonna happen, but let me know what your favorite conspiracy theory is so far.